If you feel there's something being stated, what is it that you don't like about that phrasing? Huh? You want me to say something different? You must be talking about that linchpin life. So for 13 or 14 years, I've had this on my mind and I've never shared it. It's been kind of a personal thing because I wanted to do this brand one time and it was called Blurred, a blurred heart. I really wanted to do that brand because I was so excited about it because it was so revelational to me as a person who was trying to grow and become a better person to the people who are around me. Now, I'm going to tell you the story and how I came up with it, but I know you know Noah, right? Noah, right? The guy that made the ship that saved all the animals, you know what I mean? 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, you know what I mean? He needed to save a few more eagles, I think. But anyway, Noah had a time where he had so much fun that he drank too much. And when he drank so much, one of his sons, you got to go check the story. I don't know the names exactly right now, but I'm walking through this because this is how I got up with the blurred heart thing. So one of his sons, he basically saw his dad in there. I guess he was drinking too much and he was in there naked. So he told his other brothers, like, oh my God, dad is in there naked, go check it out. So when the other brother went there, what was so interesting, when he went, he didn't actually go to see his dad naked. He walked into the house backwards. He went in with his back towards his dad. He covered his dad. Yeah, isn't that cool? You can love someone so much that you don't want to see them in a place that will make you think different of them. So I consider that blurring someone out. He didn't want to see his dad that way. He covered his dad up and he got everything squared away. Man, that was very revelational to me about 13 or 14 years ago. Because I thought about that. But in photography, a lot of the times when you're blurring things out, you're trying to blur them so you can not show people's imperfections, right? That's what Photoshop is all about and all those things. It's to make the person look as good as possible. And there is nothing wrong with that. I'm here to tell you, blurring is awesome. It's awesome. It works in ways not just to make someone look better, but it also makes people better, right? Think about it if you had a blurred heart. A blurred heart would be the heart that makes sure that when you see people, you automatically cover certain things up so you can see the best in them. Why? Because you love them. Because they mean something to you. I'm saying all that to get to my main point. I want to talk about blurring for a minute and how important it is to truly understand why I'm bringing blurring up now, because I recently was watching television and it brought up a different perspective of blurring, which is what I want to talk about today in terms of the world we live in a social media world where we care about likes and we care about how many people follow us and how many streams we get. And sometimes we let that get us off of what we're really trying to do. But let me just say something to you. It is very important that you know what you want to do and that you focus on what you want to do in a very loud world where there's a bunch of noise that will distract you. It'll make you lose your way because you start looking at other people and what they are doing. Got it? Now here's the point I'm going to make. I was watching TV the other day. There was this guy had on this fly hat and this fly shirt and he was doing this show. But the problem with the show was they didn't let the logo show. They blurred it out. They blurred out the man's logo. Now I was thinking to myself, I know he got fly so the logo could show, but he's on TV. No one even knows what he has on. That's pretty cool though, because it gave me something to think about. The question I began to ask myself is, would I have worn that outfit if I knew that they weren't going to show the logo? I'm going to ask that question to you. The things that you do, the things that you put out in the world, you're around your friends, around your family, would you do those things if you knew no one was going to get a chance to see it, they were going to just blur it out. Y'all didn't think I was going in that direction. I threw y'all off. I went from Noah all the way to a brand of clothes or an ideal or a concept of some sort that you're going to do. It's very important that when you do something, you really do it with that in mind. What if no one else was going to see this? Would I wear it? Would I do it? Would it be the purpose of my life? Because if you ask yourself that question, then you're not going to let the noise stop you from succeeding at whatever your goal, your purpose is, whatever your destination that you have in mind of what you want to accomplish. Because we all want to do something. And let me tell you something, it's tough sometimes when you're trying to do something great. You always want to give up, but you have to keep going. And what I'm trying to tell you, one of the best ways to help yourself keep going is to think about the TV show I saw where the guy was fly, but no one knew what he was wearing. Would he have worn that if he knew it was going to be blurred out? And if the answer is yes, he's headed in the right direction. And if you answered yes to the question, you're headed in the right direction. So I'm asking you a question so you can stay focused on your goals. Are you doing it so other people can see it? Are you doing it because it's something you want to do? Because that is what's going to keep you going. You know, I remember something that Ray Lewis said. Ray Lewis said,
I'll guarantee you there were some hours he spent by himself. A lot of them. That's what greatness is, man. Greatness is by yourself. Nobody else can make you be great.
likes, follows, and streams. Let me tell you how much they really mean. There was a girl named, I don't even know the girl's name. They call her Gorilla Glue Girl. She basically wanted to make her hairstyle last, so she took some Gorilla Glue. She took some Gorilla Glue and she rubbed it on her hair.
I've washed my hair 15 times and it don't move.
And it looked good that night, but then it got hard and she couldn't get it out and she became famous from it. She went from no one knew her name to all kinds of likes and everybody was talking to her. Now, the reason why I'm bringing her up is because if you think likes and dislikes and streams and views make your life matter, then you're comparing yourself to a person who puts glue in their hair, who one day had 1,000 followers and the next day had 500,000. It doesn't mean anything. We don't know her purpose. All we know is she put Gorilla Glue in her hair.
Don't ever use this.
So we can't get caught up in likes. There are a lot of people who don't have 1 million followers that are doing some amazing things. I found a person for myself. There's a young man. Found a young man, his name is Trey Brown. He's 14 years old. He has 120 followers on Twitter. He retired his mom. He has a company. He's the CEO of this company. It's called Spurgo. Now I'm gonna ask you to go look him up yourself. But the guy is doing amazing things and he doesn't have 1 million followers. And he's doing more at 14 than some of us are doing at 45 and 50. So what I'm trying to tell you is don't get caught up in those kinds of things. Do what you're doing because you want to do it. Because it's your mission. It's your call to life. My call to life is to help people to grow. My call to life is to be a blessing to other people, to put people around me who care about others, who put others sometimes before themselves. And that is what I want to remind you when you turn on the Lynch Gang Bunch Inc. Our team, we're passionate about that. We talk about it on a regular basis. We're super passionate about helping make things better. We don't care if it's 5 views or 5 million views. I'm still going to do what we're doing, and our team is still going to do what they're doing because we actually care about what we do.